Africa, it's time for us to make our way inside the C-suite with Timothy Maurice Webster. This week is taking us on a journey with Tidi Khobane. She's the Chief Operations Officer at Matemeku Group. She spoke to Timothy about her experiences working for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, as well as how she has been able to create an indestructible brand as a black woman living in a relentless society. Take a look.
We're about to kick down the doors and go inside of her C-suite with Tidi Khobane, the Chief Operating Officer of Matemeku. Such an inspiring woman. She's doing amazing things inside of this organization, inside of the group, and I can't wait to have a conversation with her. What are some of the challenges you faced getting here to this point in your career as a COO?
Basically, I wouldn't say they are challenges. I would say there were opportunities that I got to be where I am now. What has happened is I was fortunate early in my career that I met different bosses or managers who had an interest in my career.
Okay.
And who at all times made sure that I succeed. But over and above that, I come from a family where hard work, education, and succeeding is not an option.
Wow.
Yes.
What do you love most about this journey? Is it the people side or the number side that you love most?
It's more the people side, more than the number side, but I've got to understand the number side, because if you are in the business like I was, an investment holding business, you have to know the numbers. You have to understand the legalities, because you deal with a lot of contracts, you deal with a lot of people's money. So you don't have an option but to understand, even if it is a basics.
Well, what's been fun about getting here?
You know, fun for me, it's about educating other people. It's about grooming the other people. And I can say without any doubt that I'm one of the best mentors for people. It's working people and seeing people around me succeed and be better people. So that's the fun. I do it every day.
Wow.
And I love it, yes.
What is some of the things that you're thinking about sort of as a group when you undertake sort of an investment of this magnitude?
Basically, as an entrepreneur, you have to take risk, because if you don't take risk, you're not an entrepreneur. But the things that we'll look at is the business viable, or does it have a potential of being viable? Number two, we'll look at the management. We also buy into the management of those companies, because we don't run those companies. But what we do, we support those companies. So we rely on the management of those particular companies. The third thing that we do, we have a culture as part of our company of integrity, of success, of value-driven, success-driven. We help in inculcating that culture in those particular businesses. We've got quite a lot of networks as a business, so we assist in terms of driving the vision, driving the strategy of those businesses to a better place. Okay. Lastly, we look at, are we going to make money? If you're an entrepreneur, at the end of the day, you have to make money.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Before you get in the boardroom,
yes,
share with us some of the tips for women who want to be able to operate at a very high level in this space. What are some of the things that you do to ensure that you level the playing field? The gender dynamics are sort of thrown out the window and it's just business.
And I always say prepare, prepare, prepare. Before you walk into boardroom, you have to know, you get what they call a board pack. You have to study the board pack. You have to understand exactly what is happening in that board pack. You have to understand your fellow board members, and you have to understand who holds the key in terms of that. I always give an example of saying that, you know, lawyers, I always thought that lawyers are very knowledgeable. But because lawyers investigate, they research, they know what they're about to do, they know what the opponent is about to do. They want to win at all times. And I always say you must do the same in life. Read, prepare. Make sure that when you walk the boardroom, you know exactly what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to answer, who hold the keys, who will make sure that, who breaks and makes the boardroom.
I want you to imagine your 18-year-old self standing here, and you think about the journey, the short journey from 18 to where you are now. What would you tell your 18-year-old self about how you got here? What are some of the key lessons that you have learned getting to where you are now?
The key lesson is, as a young girl, I've always wanted to be, I was ambitious. I wanted to be a better person. And like I was saying, in my home, education was not an option. Being a better person was not an option. So I had to work very hard. I had to read. I had a vision. If you look at my career, I've got quite a illustrious career. I was a nurse, and I have a BA. I've just passed an LLB, graduating next week. And all that, but it's hard work, it's determination, and it's being visionary, but also it's how I was brought up as a girl.
Is there anything you regret that you would do differently?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You've learned?
Yes. I've made mistakes, but I've learned from those mistakes, so there's nothing left.
Well, that was Tidi Khobane, Chief Operating Officer of Matemeku. What an inspiring woman. She's making a difference. She cares about the community. She's giving back. She's doing a phenomenal job of building this continent.